Darren Lawrence, interested to get your take. It's been a very difficult first round, but I think a pretty good second round. What's your overall verdict 2 rounds into this championship?
Yeah, no, really good. Good recovery from the boys. That was unreal racing tonight. I really loved watching that. It was so good. So yeah, it was good to finally get our settings sorted a little closer, and now we can just try and get the boys some consistent laps. It'd be good. Just we've been doing so much testing. You sort of do 2 laps, and then you give feedback. 2 laps and feedback. So now what I seen tonight was just the boys. Their ice speed was just a little slow in some areas. So yeah, so no, really good.
Whenever Anaheim 1 happens, how do you react in the truck that night with the boys? Are you angry, or have you got calm solutions? What's your role in that scenario?
No, you just stick to your factuals. You go, okay, the bike wasn't correct, but I still always blame my boys because they had a decision. I could see Hunter's crash coming, and I'm like, mate, why didn't you go to jumping? He's like, and so it's a 2-side. You have an athlete going, I really believe I was getting the timing of him, and I could work it out, and I could make the difference. And that's just that, I think, that determination, that grit to want to go faster than he should have. If he would have just went back to jumping, he might have got 6th for the night. Coop probably would have passed him, but it's still been better. And then Jet was the same, just blitzing when he should have just, no mate, we knew the bike wasn't quite right, he should have pulled back. So I still sort of blame them for that decision at that point in time in the race to go, no, I need to settle. But they're still young, in the sport, I guess, they're still got to learn. So yeah, just look at it analytically. Like everyone said, I never forget Ricky on the 250 number 4 back in the day. Like he cartwheeled at Anaheim 1 way back when we started watching him in 2004. Like people forget those, but there's peaks and valleys in life, and there's peaks and valleys in results in motorsport. You just gotta keep going.
Did you expect them to be that off coming to Anaheim 1 based on your testing, or was it? Do you think it'd be closer?
No. At our practice track, we sort of like, hey, we found something we're really happy with. Going, hey, this is a pretty good window, and then you'll start your season and you can go little bit by little bit with it. So yeah, blew our socks off that it was so bad, So you sort of forget how slippery Anaheim gets, how hard it gets, So yeah, boo-boo on our behalf for sure. I wanted to sack myself.
How was it for you going back to Australia, especially because you brought the whole family there away for so long, back home again? On a personal level, was that really nice to go home, or does it make you want to go back home?
Strange. There was a really strange feeling for me. It was actually, I felt like a visitor in my own country. So that really, like, wow, America is my home now. So that was actually a feeling I didn't think I'd get. I thought I'd land and go, oh wow, I'm back home for a while. It's really great. But I was actually like, no, this ain't home anymore. So that was the strangest feeling, but it was good just to go back home and see my brother in like 9 years. So it was good to catch up with him and see some family.
So that all created that sort of the people hate the Lawrences, hate Jet and all this. I was speaking to Jet in Anaheim 1, and I think it's important for you guys to remember you're so popular in Europe. People cheer for you there, people cheer for you in America, and obviously Australia, everyone cheers for you. What role do you play in that, and keeping their minds, you're loved by basically a global fan base at this point?
Yeah, you're always going to have people that love you and always going to have people that hate you. But I think what's most important, I say to my boys, is that people that know you and the people that are in your circle love you. Every person that knows Jet and every person that knows Hunter would take a bullet for him. And they're the only people that matter. And that's talking to everybody in the world. There's always people on the outside, especially with this stupid thing, that have an opinion and they have no accountability to their opinion. So it's worthless. So that's why I talk to them. The people that are closest to you and in your circle, they're the only ones that matter.
And is that difficult for you as a father, taking the race thing out of it, to see people having these basically false opinions of Jet and Hunter, because you know them so well and know that they're really nice guys?
For sure, but I sort of can't blame them either, because people should put bullshit on the internet, and then people believe it, from not credible sources, and they still believe it because they want to hate the boys. So it's just natural. You're never going to change their minds. They want to hate them, so they'll find anything they can to hate them, and that's fine. You're never going to change their mind. So I've said to them, you don't argue with an idiot, because it's hard to tell who the idiot is.
So just on the 2025 Honda after tonight, or do you feel you're way much more in the window for, because Hunter had a good ride tonight as well?
Really, I was so pumped with Hunter. He was not feeling good. He laid in his bunk most of the day with a hot thing on his head, his sinuses and headache and stuff. So that I wasn't expecting out of Hunter at all. I thought Jet had enough speed to get on the podium, but obviously this track for me was really well, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was very start and orientated, but once Eli and Jet got out front, they sort of just took off. So that blew my socks off. I was like, wow, the boys were hauling. So no, I'm really happy with both. It's a good comeback, and now we just don't get too carried away. Just now we start to log some laps.
Sometimes I feel a bit sorry for Hunter because Jet gets all the limelight, but to me, Hunter's elite as well. He's in that Eli Cooper chase kind of level too. Do you feel that for him or no?
No, I think Hunter can get to that level, but Hunter's a different, he's a methodical, he just takes his time, he won't risk nothing, you know. So I don't think he's Changa's or Eli's level yet. I think when Hunter's on a great night, good start, maybe he can get in there with them for sure on a track that suits him. Really rutted, really technical, he's really, really good, I think. But no, I'm very conservative. I'm happy with Hunter being that, hey, if he's that 4 to 6 guy, you know, I'd be pumped. And then he gets the odd podium and he builds, once again, has a good year and builds to become close to them boys next year.
What, in your opinion, makes Jet special? Because even under pressure, like from last week to this week, he is just able to, when the pressure's on, he rises to the occasion. What makes him so good? Not just tactically, but mentally under pressure?
He just loves it. You seen him after that battle, but he was just so pumped. He just loves a fight, loves it, and he enjoys it. So I've said it many times, if Jet is not made to focus, that's when I get concerned. When he's on it and people are on him, you see him with Chase in the outdoors. You know, Changas are just hounding. He just hit his mark, So his focus and his mental strength is really good.
That first round is in some ways a blessing in disguise then, because it gives him that carrot.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want it, but on the other hand, I was thinking, this might be too bad because he'll really knuckle in and focus, you know.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Dan. Okay, Julien Beaumer, your first ever Supercross race win, but it looks like you expected this. There's no big massive emotion, it's just business as usual. But how was the race for you, and how was that last lap known as the white flag? You're about to win your first Supercross?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm excited, but we got 8 more rounds of this championship, so can't get too happy with it. I mean, it's just a race win, and I knew it was coming. I knew if I executed how I wanted to execute, got a good start, and rode how I know how to ride, then I'd be up there. So that wasn't a crazy surprise for me. And yeah, just back to work on Tuesday. Gonna keep plugging along and keep doing what we've been doing.
You had good speed last year, but this year you've got the speed, but you look really mature. Even at Anaheim on it looked like you were just happy to take the second and not force anything. Today again with Davies, you were just looked like you were sitting there waiting, and then you were bang go. Does just that year's experience give you that maturity?
Yeah, for sure. And I think obviously, like, I know Davies' position as a rookie, whole shot in a race. So I knew at one point he was going to start feeling it and start knowing that, like, all right, this is a long race. So I waited out the first 7-8 laps, and I looked at the clock and I seen 8 minutes left, and I was like, all right, now we're gonna make our move and we're gonna go. So the strategy was good, and yeah, obviously I'm a lot stronger than I was last year and a lot more physically ready than I was last year, and our bike's in a lot better spot. So I got to give a lot of credit to our team. They worked their butts off.
I think a lot of people expected Hayden to dominate, especially with Levi and Faulkner not racing now, but you came to not just the speed as I mentioned, but you've got the 15-20 minute race pace. Again, did you expect to be on Hayden's pace coming in? Because from Anaheim 1 you've been there the whole time.
Yeah, I knew I had the speed. That wasn't the issue for me. Obviously, I knew I could go just as fast as him. That wasn't going to be something we were worried about. The one thing we really focused on this offseason was making sure I could run that speed for 15+1, and we proved we can do that tonight.
And your starts have been good as well. Has that been a lot of testing at the test track to get them dialed for the season?
Yeah, we did a lot of starts. Obviously, I don't know what I'm doing in the heat race starting dead last, but I mean, I guess we figured it out when it counted. So yeah, obviously a lot of starts during this offseason, and we're right back to them on Monday.
And what's the biggest thing Davey Millsaps has taught you over the last couple of years?
Patience and stay humble. Don't get too excited. Keep your head on and get right back to work.
I think you've shown both those things the first 2 rounds of this season. Congratulations for all your performances.
Thank you.
Jorge Prado, a very different night from Anaheim 1. You had to come from the back a couple of times there, but was that something you were able to learn from
I think we always learn. It was definitely a different night. Anaheim, I got very good starts, good gate picks too, and in this occasion, going through the LCQ and stuff, I didn't have a good gate pick, so it was hard to make a good start, and I had to go through the pack. I think I had a good rhythm, but passing riders, I kind of lost my rhythm there at one point in the main. But yeah, it's always learning. So not bad.
The heat race, you were actually riding well, but you went for a 2-in-1 pass and it didn't quite work out.
Yeah.
Sent you to the LCQ. Were you nervous on the gate for the LCQ, or how? I know your starts are always good, but did that help?
I wasn't very nervous, but always, it goes through your head like, okay, I make sure I have a good start and that good laps. I felt like it was a good practice, more laps on a racetrack. So I think I see it always in the positive way, and it wasn't too bad. Like physically, I'm totally fine. So it was just better. I was warm for the main event. Yeah.
The pace was actually quite good. The results probably don't show because you're having to come from the back and you had that crash. But were you happy with your general pace? I think in first qualifying you were 5th or 6th.
Yeah. So I'm getting better and better every weekend. So that's so yeah, that's good. I'm happy with that.
Did you make any changes to the bike in between Anaheim 1 and tonight with the experience?
We made some changes. We always try to improve. So that's we always try to improve, and we did some changes. Yeah.
Brilliant. Good job tonight.
Thank you.